Broadway is a place of return, discovery, and revelation. This week shows us all three. The Rocky Horror Show prepares for revival, bringing us the camp, chaos, and thrill that made this musical a legend. Next, a bold new voice rises in Mexodus, a new musical so fresh and fearless that fans are already declaring it the next Hamilton. And the mystery of Masquerade is finally undone, as critics are now lifting the curtain on both its triumphs and its pitfalls. My name is Isaiah Rodriguez, and this is the Drama Department. So they're actually bringing Rocky Horror to Broadway. Roundabout 2026 is producing it at Studio 54. So I read it and I was like, what? I mean, if you don't know theater, this is actually a really crazy lineup. So like Roundabout, the super clean, fancy Tony winning people, they're producing Rocky Horror at Studio 54. Studio 54 being the place where the disco ghosts and the sweat-driven, coke-stained walls of the 70s. Really? That Studio 54? So you're telling me that this is what we're doing in 2026. Okay. So I don't even know how they really plan on pulling this off. We don't know much about this. But Rocky Horror has always been a show where it's loud, it's chaotic, it's weird, but they never cared about it. So now we're doing it in 2026, and everyone's seen everything. Everyone's used to freaky. Everyone's used to chaotic. And what do you do now? Do you just redo it? God, I hope not. It needs to feel real to me. Messy real. It could be an homage to the original. I'm all right with that. But people doing crazy stuff, nobody caring. Everyone's always sweaty, weird, alive. That's what theater's always been about. Not perfect lighting, not tight harmonies, just not... We don't need a shiny Broadway version of this show. We've seen that before. We need something alive. We need something chaotic. We need something unhinged. And for Roundabout doing this, I mean, they're the posh people. They're the fancy folk. I mean, they do the classic shows. They do the fun spin-offs, the revivals here and there. But for them to do Rocky Horror, this could be one of many things. This could be let's let loose. Let's let some freaky energy in. Or this could be marketing. They could be seeing who their audience is. They've done shows for a specific group of people for a very long time, and times are different now. So maybe they want to see who their audience really is, and maybe they want to try to cater to that. All in all, I'm interested in both. I'm excited for both. It could be a total flop, or it could be the show of the season. I mean, we're at a point right now where Broadway is reminding us that they can take risks and they can still have fun. So Rocky Horror, Studio 54. I'm here for it. I want to see it. I will be there front row to get some reviews on it myself, and I will bring it back here to tell you about it because that's the drama I can get behind. Next story is Mexodus. So it's not this biblical Exodus type of story. No, it's a story about the Underground Railroad that apparently ran south to Mexico, which I didn't know was a thing. So there's a start. But it has this concept for the music that's called live looping, which is you clip a song or an audio track, and then you can play it at will at any point throughout the show. So you have these two actors, Brian Quijada and Nigel Robinson, and they're doing everything by themselves together. They're singing, acting, dancing, playing instruments, all while looping it and using it at any point during the show to make this entire ensemble of an orchestra, singers, and all of that. And it's heavy, but it has a heartbeat, you can actually really feel it. The music, the mixture of it all. I mean, hip-hop, reggaeton, gospel, bolero, they mash it all together live, and it's a different mix each night that you see the show. 1 second you're beatboxing, the next minute it's guitar loops, and you're sitting there thinking, what am I even listening to? But it takes a moment to transcend what it means to experience living on the Underground Railroad. What do they want? What are they chasing after? Is it what or who is chasing after them? and you realize that it's more than tricks. It's about freedom. It's survival. Stories people tried to erase. The story is about a man named Henry. He's a slave who he escapes after ending his master, and he comes across a man named Carlos, who's an ex-soldier. And the rest of the story is them kind of just living together, figuring out life together, as he's a recent escapee and he's an ex-con, you know? I mean, so there's more to the story, but I don't want to spoil anything. But it takes a moment for you to see that freedom isn't a place. It's an ideology. It's messy. It's chaotic. It's sometimes scary. It's sometimes beautiful. Southbound, you know? If you haven't gotten a chance to see it, go see it. It's not just a story, it's an experience. So what I also do want to talk about is Masquerade, which is this like immersive Phantom of the Opera, Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom of the Opera. And it's an immersion story that you walk through the opera house and you're following the story your own self. And the critics, there are a lot of mixed reviews, all good, but they all follow the same pattern of where the errors are. Some of them are saying that the sets are insane, they're absolutely breathtaking, and the costumes alone are worth the price point of the tickets. I personally think that's a bit of a stretch. And then the rest of the reviews are saying that, the whole thing is chaotic, but in a great way, in a terrifying way. It gives a new light to the Phantom of the Opera and the Phantom himself being terrifying in new ways that we've never seen before. It's hard to follow sometimes. A lot of the critics are saying that it could be sensory overload, the walking, the listening to the story, the music, the actors, all throwing it to you at once. It could be overbearing for someone who doesn't really know a story like this, who doesn't know theater in the sense of what it is, and now I have to follow it on my own pace and walk on it on my own pace when I'm not used to something like that. It could be a lot. It makes theater feel more like it's an amusement park attraction than it's a respected culture like it's supposed to be. The music selection, people are saying, is very bold. They're keeping a lot of the Phantoms classics, but they're also remixing it for it to have more involvement with the cast, portraying it to the audience, which I'm not 100% sure on what that means, but from what it seems to be reading, it seems to be doing pretty well so far. Some love it, some hate it. Whatever. As long as it's alive and it's a fresh take, that's what I'm here for. That's the drama I came to discuss. I kind of like the fact the reviews are mixed. In my opinion, I think it means that theater is still risky. Theater is still fresh, They're doing it because they know some people are going to love it, some people are going to hate it. Whether or not you know the original story or you're in New York for a new take and you just want to see something for the night, it gives an opportunity to bring in people from all sides of the art aspect and the art realm. And, if that's what they're here for, then that's what they're here for. The reviews certainly seem to be telling us that. But, if that's what you're into, that's what you're into. Go, get lost, have fun with it. If you liked what we talked about here today, check out our other videos. Also, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and send this to your most dramatic friend. You know the one.